Hey YouTube, it's Al with Graham Realty. I'm here with Jack Crane, a listing specialist with Graham Realty here in Camden, South Carolina. And Jack, tell us a little about yourself.
So I've been in the real estate market now for quite a while, since 2017 as a professional agent. I also have my broker's license, but I've been in real estate for more than 25 years, considering my background buying and maintaining rental properties in Camden.
Okay. And so, Jack, you only deal within the realm of Graham Realty. You only deal with listings,
Yes,
right?
correct.
And what's the advantage of that, do you feel?
So when you're focused on just being a listing agent, you could manage your sellers' properties a lot better. You're more efficient at what you do. You get refined in the pricing and finding comparisons up front. All those things it's just a more efficient way to handle it and deal with it.
So a higher level of expertise in guiding the seller and getting their home sold, because that's what they ask for help for in the first place.
Exactly.
So cool. So Jack, when it comes to listing a home, what do you think the number one mistake is that homeowners make?
One of the number one mistakes is really finding a good agent to help sell it and list that home. They also, I think another mistake is making a lot of assumptions about the market on their own. That's a dangerous area to be. Finding the right agent, I think, is one of the number one mistakes.
Okay, and that's an agent that can give you a really good snapshot on the value of your home in today's market. And today's market is probably no more than 2 to 3 months old, right?
Yep.
When we're talking about pricing, my home that I've asked you to list, what's your approach to pricing the home, and how do you make sure it's priced right for the market?
So typically I'll go out and get as much information about the home as I can. A lot of online governmental research, the size of the property, the land, the size of the land. You have to have all those details to get started. And then as agents, we do have access to the MLS, the multiple listing service, where you can look up homes that have sold and get the proper data to find exactly what has been sold compared to those homes. Our analysis could sometimes be quite different than what you might find online.
So, Jack, we've overpriced a house, or let's say the house, because of whatever reason, has been overpriced. What's the damage that's going to happen to the property?
If it's overpriced, it could sit on the market for a long period of time. And I talk about this with sellers quite a bit, but if your home's on the market, sometimes it gets a stigma. Maybe there's something wrong with the home, or why is it not sold? Okay. That's probably the number one issue.
And sometimes when the price changes have to be done because it has out of the market, mm-hmm. and that seller's asked for your help to sell the home. Mm-hmm. Like you said, that stigma of several price reductions to get it to the right price point to begin with. Mm-hmm. Is going to carry with the home, and honestly, people are going to think they're going to be able to get a deal on it because you've dropped the price.
Yeah, many times they're going to be waiting until the price drops, or they're going to come in negotiating hard on price.
Or just that low ball offer that nobody wants to see. So, Jack, in your experience, how much do home improvements or staging really impact the final sales price?
I talk about this with sellers a lot also. Keeping the house orderly and in great shape, you want to have the appearance that it's been well maintained by the seller, is the best thing that you could do. You just have to be careful about making improvements that you will not get your money back on. Sometimes you're not going to get a return on those things. But, when you walk up to the front door, anything that you could do improvement-wise, painting trim, rotten wood, those type of things are going to have the biggest impact.
And I think one question that I love to hear asked is, did you make this improvement to raise the value of the home, or did it raise your enjoyment of the home? Because what you've done to the home may not be to my taste, and it's actually a detriment.
Right.
So that's a good conversation to have with your real estate professional. Mm-hmm. So Jack, what's a good marketing strategy for getting a home in front of the right buyers?
So there's lots of options in this day and time, and we do everything that we have at our, assets that we have, but including using social media, a professional photographer that lures in buyers. We have great virtual tours available. I think we go to the extra level, meet those expectations from the seller.
So Jack, we price the house right, and generally when we do that, multiple offers come in. Is that fair?
We see multiple offers occasionally, not like we used to 2 years ago, but we still get multiple offers, and we have to deal with those when they come in.
How do you negotiate the best offer for your seller when you're in a multiple offer situation?
So first of all, they want your home. They're coming to you and they're bringing you an offer for your home. Say if you have 2 offers or 3 offers. So you have to take your time and evaluate all those offers, all the aspects of the offer. There could be, many aspects from asking for closing costs to a quicker close, cash. Just because it's the highest price may not mean it's the best offer.
Okay.
So you have to consider all those aspects.
Because loan types are definitely going to determine what repairs that you're going to be negotiating on behalf of your seller, and that may not be in their best interest.
Right.
Okay, so Jack, what kind of timeline can a seller in today's market expect from putting their home on the market to getting under contract to closing?
For me, it's the initial meeting. We go through the home, look at what needs to be done, and once we get to the point where we can be picture ready, it only takes maybe 2 to 3 days to get that home on the market. It may, days on market is somewhere, say, 50 to 60 days.
Yeah. So, and there is something I think valuable to say: don't rush your listing process. Do it right. Take the time to get the details from what needs to be done in the house to get the best value to how to price it the right way. Jack, what tips do you have for homeowners who want to make their house stand out in this competitive market?
So to me, you only have one time to make a first impression. So getting your home curb appeal ready and going, things like touch-up painting around the door, in the house, you want to make sure it's cleaned out as much as possible. Declutter, do some staging. You want to give the best impression of your home to show how well you have kept your property and care for that property.
Yeah. What would you say there are some red flags when you're choosing a real estate agent to list your home?
For me, red flags would be someone that maybe beats around the bush with price. They don't give you a comfortable level that they're giving you the right pricing information. They maybe not be knowledgeable about the area that you live in. All those things to me are red flags if they don't take the time and do the proper interview.
I mean, these are people that you're hiring to help with what you've asked, so you should get what you pay for.
Yes.
And so, Jack, you and I were talking about this before we sat down in front of a camera. For sale by owner, okay? What are the advantages to hiring a real estate professional versus just taking it on myself?
So I hear a lot of nightmares from sellers that have decided to come to us to help get their home sold. But as for sale by owners, you have to deal with calls, lots of phone calls. You have to deal with people that are trying to take advantage of you. Once they know that it's on the market for sale by owner, they may ask you to do things that are highly unusual in a real estate transaction. You're in a position where you have to qualify buyers. If you don't have experience doing that and doing it properly, and also there's a lot of state and local legislation laws that you have to follow selling your home.
One thing we do a lot in the office is making sure the buyers are qualified to buy, because if my house is on the market, I'm not going to open my door to just anybody.
Right.
I want to just show qualified buyers, and that's what your list agent's going to ensure and give you the feedback. But your list agent's going to take all the questions and all the pre-qualification and all the vetting and all the negotiations while you're more likely at work doing your primary job that you're an expert at. So lastly, Jack, what's the most rewarding part of helping somebody buy their home?
So we run into families that have all sorts of different, motivation for selling their home. And some of them could be people that are relocating, seniors that just need to do something and make a change. There's all sorts of reasons, but to me, it's seeing us meet that goal that we've set together to sell the home, and not just to sell the home, but to meet the objectives for the homeowners and the families.
The biggest transaction of your life, really, buying and selling real estate, and to be part of that story is rewarding, whether it's helping somebody avoid a foreclosure,
Right.
Or just helping somebody either upgrade their living situation, maybe they're downsizing, but being part of the story, knowing them as clients and at the end of it, Jack, friends, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. So guys, thanks for watching. If you found this informative, please click the bell for notifications, hit the subscribe button. If we've left you with questions to ask, leave them in the comments below, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video on the Graham Realty YouTube channel. Oh, what tips do you have for homeowners that want to make their market stand out in a competitive market? Because the market is competitive.
Make the market stand out.
Well, that too. The market is standing out, Jack.